Welcome. Take a slow breath and allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment. Today I invite you into a living field of spiritual training, a path that is not theoretical, not symbolic, not abstract, but practical, structured, and transformative in the deepest sense. The book we are entering is Success in Bardon's First Step, a commentary. It is not merely an explanation of spiritual exercises. It is guidance for crossing a threshold, the threshold between aspiration and real development. This teaching is about preparation, not preparation in the ordinary sense, but preparation of the human microcosm for contact with higher reality. Because real spiritual power does not descend into disorder. It enters only where balance, clarity, and discipline have been established. And that is the deeper purpose of this book. It prepares the seeker for real transformation, not emotional inspiration, not intellectual fascination, but structured inner change that reshapes mind, soul, and body simultaneously. This is the foundation of authentic initiation. At the heart of these teachings lies a central spiritual principle. Human development must be balanced across all levels of being: the mental plane, the astral plane, and the physical plane. All must evolve together harmoniously, rhythmically, and patiently. If one aspect grows while others remain weak, imbalance arises, and imbalance is the great obstacle on the path. This is why the training described here is precise, methodical, and grounded in universal laws. Nothing is forced, nothing is rushed, nothing is imagined into existence. Transformation is cultivated like a seed growing into a tree. The book reveals that spiritual mastery is not achieved through extraordinary experiences. It begins with something much simpler and much more demanding: self-observation, self-discipline, and self-transformation. The seeker learns to observe thoughts, not to identify with them, to analyze the structure of the personality, not defend it, to cultivate inner balance, not suppress inner conflict. This is the beginning of real freedom, because when you can observe your thoughts, you are no longer ruled by them. When you understand your character, you are no longer imprisoned by it. When you harmonize your energies, you become capable of higher perception. This is initiation at its most fundamental level. One of the great inner journeys contained in this teaching is the movement from unconscious living to conscious self-formation. You begin to see that your thoughts are forces, your emotions are energies, your habits are patterns shaping your destiny. Nothing is random. Everything participates in the architecture of your being. Through systematic exercises, mental concentration, introspection, energetic breathing, conscious nourishment, purification, the practitioner gradually reshapes the inner structure of life itself. Spiritual development becomes something precise, something measurable, something lived. Another central theme of this book is energetic awareness. Breath is no longer merely biological. Food is no longer merely material. Water is no longer merely physical. Each becomes a carrier of intention, a vehicle of consciousness, a medium of transformation. You begin to understand that life is permeated by subtle forces, and that these forces respond to awareness, intention, and alignment. You are not separate from the energies of existence. You are a participant in their movement. And when you learn to cooperate consciously with them, your entire experience of reality changes. A profound initiatory step described in these teachings is the process of self-knowledge through elemental balance. The seeker examines character traits, tendencies, reactions, emotional patterns, and recognizes how different qualities express fundamental energetic principles. This is not psychological analysis in the modern sense. It is energetic diagnosis. You begin to perceive the structure of your personality as a living field of forces, some harmonious, some excessive, and some deficient. Through awareness and discipline transformation, equilibrium is gradually established, and equilibrium is the doorway to higher power, because only the balanced vessel can hold intensified spiritual energy without distortion. The practices themselves may appear simple on the surface. Observation of thought, cultivation of concentration, stillness of mind, conscious breathing, energetic purification, systematic self-reflection. But the effect is profound. With perseverance, the practitioner may experience a deep calmness of mind previously unknown, increased clarity of perception, heightened inner awareness, greater emotional stability, strengthened willpower, growing sensitivity to subtle energies, a quiet but unmistakable inner transformation. The personality becomes more coherent, the nervous system becomes more receptive, the consciousness becomes more spacious. And gradually something deeper awakens, a sense of alignment with universal intelligence, a feeling of inner guidance, an emerging mastery over one's own inner world. These teachings are profoundly relevant in modern life. We live in a time of constant stimulation, fragmentation, distraction, and psychological overload. Most people seek spirituality as comfort, escape, or inspiration. But this path offers something different: structure, discipline, integration, embodiment. It restores the lost art of systematic inner training. In a world of noise, it teaches stillness. In a world of excess, it teaches balance. In a world of confusion, it teaches clarity. In a world of passivity, it teaches conscious participation in evolution. Who is this book for? It is for sincere seekers who no longer want spiritual ideas, but true spiritual development. It is for those who are ready to work patiently, to observe honestly, and to transform steadily. It is for individuals who sense that awakening is not an event, but a process of refinement that unfolds through discipline and time. It is for those who wish to build a stable foundation for higher realization. Ultimately, this teaching supports awakening in a very specific way, not by attempting to transcend the human structure, but by perfecting it, not by rejecting the personality, but by purifying and harmonizing it, not by seeking experiences, but becoming capable of sustaining higher consciousness naturally. This is the path of inner mastery. And mastery is simply the natural flowering of sustained training in harmony with the universal laws. If you feel resonance with this field of teaching, then do not rush. Approach it with patience, sincerity, and steadiness. Read the book slowly, Practice gently but consistently. Allow transformation to unfold organically. And if you wish to go deeper, you may receive structured initiatory training through for mystics. And if your path calls you toward ongoing disciplined spiritual development, you are welcome to continue within the living current of Ordo Mysticus. These are not institutions of belief, they are fields of practice, and you are welcome, always, when you are ready. May your path unfold in balance, may your awareness deepen in clarity, may your inner transformation lead you toward true mastery, and may the eternal light guide your steps, from the first discipline to the highest realization. In love, light, and service, I am Ray del Sol.